Good morning, Mr. Roy. Everybody happy we got Roy back.
Good morning. Glad to be back. Glad to be in the chair. Glad to see the screens.
That's funny. You like being in the chair.
Yeah,
I know you.
Good morning, Michael. I did my civic duty yesterday. So now I'm trying to do my nice.
Little more. Come on, hit it.
Trading deal.
Hit it.
Breaking the bottom of our pre-market zone.
There's 200 in take profit trader. I did take that, by the way, Roy. We're looking for 52 here. Give me 52 here. And I'm going to guarantee $200 there. And if it hits here, come on. You missed me by a tick. Take it out. Take it. There it is. There's $300 in take profit trader on one account already. We booking this morning, boys. We booking this morning.
It's
three bar reversal has paid off yet again.
I'm gonna have you show me more in depth of that here when we're not in a trade. But my I used to work with a lot of foreigners.
We're out
around the world, around the globe.
$252.
Job. I got 400 in a combine. I appreciate that. One of our things, I would teach them American slang and stuff, and I taught one of them LFG. He's like, LFG? LFG. Since he learned what that means, he just says it to me all the time. Like, yes.
There's actually there's a funny story to that. So it's not just non-Americans.
Okay.
There was a girl I was talking to, and she said something going somewhere, and I was like, LFG. And she's like, hold on, you're gonna have to explain that to me. And then she immediately texts back like, let's fucking go. I was like, yeah. She's like, okay.
Yes.
It took me a minute to catch on with that. I was like, yeah.
It's such a good one. Such a good one. That was an LFG moment.
That was an LFG moment, yes. So we are now $550 up on the day to start the day off with. So that's a good start. I told everybody to give you an update yesterday. So yesterday we finished $600 up on Take Profit Trader. Roy, what was I sent it to you. What was
grand total?
461 on Top Step. So yeah, grand total is $1,400 up total in funded accounts yesterday. So that makes me happy. We did not lock anything up, just like we're not going to lock anything up today. We're done locking accounts up. Yeah. I'm not going to do it anymore. Just because it gives opportunities to do other things. So now you got to set up here. So if it does, let me show you. You want to see so on the 3-bar strategy, right? So it doesn't matter which way it's going. This was actually in a downtrend. So if you catch it in a trend, you really pays off. So the great thing about it is you have limited risk built in already, right? Your risk is small. Your reward is better than your risk. So you're looking at probably like a 0.5 to 2 risk reward ratio most of the time. All depends on where your candles are at, but that's actually a damn good risk reward ratio. So you're seeing here, you see we had these 2 reds here, and you had a green, but the green could not close above this last candle here, right? Notice this? Mm-hmm. So that told me, hey, don't go long. Even though you could have scalped it long here and got a little bit out of it, the risk reward was not good enough for me, right? Mm-hmm. Then you had 2 green candles, and it set this red up. Now notice how this red closed below that one and below the bottom, the body of that candle, right? Mm-hmm. That showed me that's a strong 3-bar reversal. So you had it, they want to pop it up, reverse right back in the trend. So when it did that, you saw me enter. As soon as it's closed, I entered a trade in it, right?
Right.
On Take Profit Trader. Actually, this was the same one here too. No, this was the one I took here. Enter the trade, came down, hit my first target, then bounced back up. Actually, it was here. This was the one we traded.
Yeah, that was the one you traded. Top Step. Yeah.
This is the one. See 2 green, see it closed below, very strong. Entered. Hit my first target, bounced back up. My stop stayed here. I never moved my stop. So if you entered at, let's say it was 66, your stop was 71.25, no matter what happens. You leave that stop there because if it breaks that breaks that reverse 3-bar reversal. So it came down, chopped around, never hit my stop. Once it broke down here, y'all notice I moved my stop to there. And then we start getting down here and we started wicking. I moved my stop all the way down here just to go and secure profits because I didn't want to take a chance on it coming all the way back up and going back to break even. If I did, I would have probably, if it hits up here, let's say I had my stop there. If it hits there, well, that 250 goes to 180. So,
right.
So I went on to guarantee that profit. Take profit trader, I do it a slightly bit different. I get in and I've been getting in on 8 micros. I scalp first at my first level, and then I go on and put a secondary target on my second one. That's pretty conservative. And if it hits that, I'm out of that trade, period. I don't wait for it to reverse back because I'm still playing with a little bit of a trailing drawdown here. Right now, Roy, this is actually giving a very strong, if it closes, we still got a minute something left.
A long.
Close above this one. If you can actually get a close up here around 65, it's even better, right? That means that this is going to be a strong reversal back to the upside. This also could have been a fake breakout. You got that working for you. CBD's coming back to negative 4,300. Tide, you got your puts coming down, volume green. So everything's telling me that if we get a close up here, that it's time to go long now. Now, you won't get a 3-bar reversal on the 10-minute, but you will get one on the 15-minute here too. So you got the 5-minute and the 15 giving you a 3-bar reversal. And you got CBD suggesting that we might go higher, and you got Tide suggesting we go higher. So in Monty's world, this is a perfect setup for a long once this candle closes. We want this candle to close. You don't want to just jump in now. The only thing about it where I said usually your risk reward's smaller, if it closes up here at 50, 65, your stop's going to be over here at 50. So it's going to give you a bigger stop, right?
Right.
But the odds of it playing out are a lot better, I think.
So in those situations, even though it is a strong green candle, to have a stop that big, would you still do 8 or would you
here I'm going to
3 or
7? Take profit trader, I'll probably just do 4 and just try to scalp 200 out of it.
Gotcha.
We are getting a wick here, so you got to be careful with that. We got 10 seconds on this candle.
Wick was near VWAP.
Yeah, it was right on it. So
it's actually where the rejection was last time.
You're getting a little pullback in volume here too, so you might want to see it test down here possibly. Where can we go to? Probably go to 68. I don't know if we'll get to that 71, which I need 71 over here for this to be. Let's see. Hopefully we can get back up to 68 here. I am going to take it here too.
Yeah, I took it. I took a 3. Took 3 long.
I missed my spot there, so I'm going to close this out. It's got to get above all this stuff, this mess. CVD is negative 45. It's not great. It's not bad. You put volume missed it. Now we're going to take it at anchored VWAP. And then we're going to look to take. Oop, I don't want that. 5. 66.50 to take 5 off right there at VWAP. So this is a little more risky on this one than normally, but
right, because you're going against the short-term trend.
Yeah, you're going to get short-term trend. Now the long-term trend is up. We're right there at that trend line. So.
And so Buddy Periscope showing. A little early to be looking at it, but Periscope showing got gamma bars, 2 gamma bars above us, 1 big one below us, so it could come down and hit that big one. That's about 4 SPX points away. If we look at the stacked version, yeah, kind of right in the middle of a decision, isn't it?
Yeah, your 15-minute candle is indecision candle. It's dead center.
Mm-hmm.
10-minute is still green, but it's got a bigger wick. One thing I did notice yesterday too, Roy. So you see, if this volume would have continued up, even with the puts going up and it's coming down, this actually would have fueled a fire with it where it popped up pretty good. If that volume ever runs with the put premiums, it really pops it. I don't know if it's short coverings or what it is, but it gives it a good pop there. You got orders sitting at 70, 75, up to 90. You got orders to the downside all the way to 50. So you kind of in the middle, closer to the 70 orders, but it's really not pulling it up. But I was, now it's closer to the 60 orders. 50 orders. Just kind of right there in that middle ground. Probably hindsight, probably shouldn't have took that trade. Everything was kind of looking and tide swapped on us right in the middle of it. So it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
CBD's back to negative 48. Your call, your put premiums are still popping. So that is going, if it breaks down, this is going to be a failed 3 candle reversal here. But the reason we give it a little leeway is we got room for it to pop back up if it wants to. Take profit trader, I'm going to cut it out at the bottom of the about 54. I'm not far from it. I'm not going to let it run all the way down. If it does decide it wants to go down, now we're getting a pop back up here a little bit. CBD's kind of just bouncing back and forth a little between negative 5,000 and negative 48. Just kind of back and forth. Nothing crazy. Nothing. We're getting a little pop here, negative 48. We can look at book map. You can see the orders I'm talking about. They just popped some at 62.50, and that's what pulled this thing back up. Roy, it looks a little different without the stop loss and the iceberg orders, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I told everybody else, I just couldn't. I didn't see the benefit of $140 a month.
Right.
Just personally.
If this can get a little mojo up, it's got some gamma to catch. It's that red gamma.
So this is a quick tide can turn. So you get a little pop.
Mm-hmm.
Little turn. Volume was going up and it kind of flattened a little bit there. So I don't like that. CBD's holding negative 49. It popped up to negative 47 a minute ago. Negative 5,000 now. It's right on the 200-day on the 10-minute. And it's clear of everything on the 15 minute. So I do need to add my anchored VWAP on there. Today is the 20th. Whoa, don't like that. CBD just popped negative 52. There's not a ton of orders at 60, but it turned crimson red there. So I don't know what that was about. If you want to see, let's see if it's still crimson when I cook. Nope, it's not crimson as soon as I turn it over. So I've got to be quicker than that if I want to do it. Yeah, I don't love this long, Roy. I would love to actually get back to break even on both trades and would probably cut them. I just don't. I'm not in love with this trade. But I am kind of loving the wicks you're getting down here.
Yeah, I mean, from what it looks like to me, it came down and tested this gamma, right? Got some juice and now could push it back up to get back in this happy zone up here. Obviously, there's a lot of cushion below 50. What was that 59.25 on SPX? So it is increasing the gamma around it.
I am not loving Tide though.
Yeah.
Well, we just got, as soon as I say that, we get a little pop in volume. So there's my chance to get out break even. We're going to adjust this first take profit down a little bit right there. See if we can pop up there and get that one. And then we can reevaluate our life decisions after that. I'm always reevaluating my life decisions. I don't, what did you put in the thumbnail today? Because yesterday we had like 66 people watching.
What did I put today? I don't know if I was as good today. Let me see. Well, the thumbnail didn't have much. What I say today? Trump speaks at a GOP event. Fed speakers all day. SPX 6,000 ? So I did a little SPX teaser yesterday. Trump calls Putin. I probably did it. Fed speakers: Boston, Jefferson, Kashkari, Williams. So probably the Putin. They'll come. They're just
Mom says there is no conflict of interest between Doge and my business. Thank you, Tessa. Thank you, Elon.
Yeah.
I need to check. I've got some.
Oh yeah, you got covered calls, don't you?
Calls. Yeah, I got NVIDIA and Tesla. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. So my Tesla cover calls are booking. They're good. My NVIDIA cover calls are booking. They're good. So happy me so far. I love getting that little bonus on a Friday.
Yeah.
We were down at Mullet Toss and like, hey, $1,000 in the bank covered. And they're like, wait a second. How are you making money when you're not trading? I was like, I already had these cover calls going, bro. Let your money work for you.
Yeah, I mean, building positions is the way to go. I'm going to start building some quantum positions. I think that's going to be the next kind of.
You got me on the. I always forgot about selling cover calls. I'm like, shit, you go far enough out. I mean, I'm going $50-$60 out on Tesla, which can hit 56 can hit on Tesla. That first time I was a little nervous because I didn't want to lose my shares.
Right.
But I feel a little better today, unless something crazy just comes out. And
yeah, but even if you lose your shares, you're now losing your shares pretty up there, pretty high from your purchase point.
No, I'm making money on them, so that's always good. That's always a plus. I just don't want to lose.
Every time.
I like that week coming in, man. Or every 2 weeks.
Every time, if you think about it rationally, you don't think about it as $1,000 coming in. But every time you write the covered calls, you're taking off your cost average.
Hey, did anybody notice that my first take profit hit there?
Look at that.
Yeah, we're going to want to move this to break even, so we're guaranteed 30 to 320s or so.
Yeah,
I need a little more pump here than I get down. I'll be at 400. Oh, you son of a gun! You got close and just came back. Tide's looking good. What were you gonna say? I got point on what?
No, the highway's got a great point on the covered calls. So if you get exercise, then you just sell puts to get them back.
Right. Yeah.
and the game continues.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? Howie, right now, my brain's only working one way. It's hard for me to sell puts. But I understand where you're coming from. It makes sense to get your entries like that. Like, yeah, of course not. Why not do it? But I might do it this if they ever get taken. I might do it. All right, we're out there. 322.14 on the day so far, and top step. We're down like $10 over here. So see if we can pop back up. I should have went and took that in a break even, but I kind of tide has given me a little pause, but now the volume's coming back, so tide is not giving me a pause any longer. CBD's back to 40, negative 46. I'm so frustrated right this second. I should, volume.
Mm-hmm. General market tide volume went green as well. Periscope, you're in a gamma zone as well. So if it can pop up here, find some spots, it can trend
Another
up.
day of first hour chop. Correct, Howie. Correct.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was able to scalp the chop, make $300 on one. I'm up. I'm actually down slightly on this trade here on this other, but if we can get a pop back up to 63 or so, that would clear up a lot of. Actually, that'd put me do more than clear up. I need 60, 50 to clear everything up.
The 200 on the 10-minute is aligning with the Closures 5-day moving average.
Oh my gosh! You had to bring the 5-day up.
It's Howie's here. I have to. It's the
right. That's not in the agreement. We're going to redraw the contract up.
That's what we have. We've got to get some. We got to get more viewers. So I've got to mention the 5-day moving
out of the stream. We're taking that language out of the stream. That
There's a marketing ploy here.
Done. 60. So now you got orders at 62.50 to the upside. You got orders at 52.50 to the downside. You got 62.50 and right above.
Our old strategy with the zone, right? You're at the bottom of that pre-market zone.
I still like that strategy. That strategy did not. We traded around that strategy too much. If that makes sense.
I agree. Yeah. But it would suggest a drop here to at least the 200. But I'm not in any trade. I'm not looking at any trade right now. It just
a drop to the 200
on the 10-minute.
We're below the 200 on the 10-minute.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No.
The 15-minute is below. You're looking at the 15-minute, I think.
No, I'm on 10-minute. 200.
I'm sitting there looking at the 10-minute right now. The 59, 57, 34 is the 200 on the 10-minute. 59, 49, 95 is the 200 on the 15-minute.
SMA or EMA?
MA. Oh no, it's the EMA. Right. Let me look and see. Let me double check. It is the EMA.
Okay, so mine's
the only SMA we use is the 50.
Well, that'll change things. All right, let's go your route. Indicators. If anybody wants to learn how to do this.
Here's a tutorial. We'll make a video on it tomorrow. Oh, I don't like this for this long. I'm still in this long over here. I don't like how that's volume's coming down. Everything's working against me. We're getting a pop here, but CBD is at 50, negative 51. I don't like this look, even though it is popping up on it. We get up to 60. If we can test that 62.50, I will probably cut these. I just don't know if we can test it or not. I don't think we're going to test it. So now we're down. We're still up on the day, like right at $100. Where this trade is not pretty.
Volume went red on general market time. You're leaving the gamma zone on Periscope. So, but however, we're reading this right. You did get increased gamma on this very small bar, 5935 on SPX, and increased gamma below. So you could come down, hang out a bit, and then push itself up.
CBD's hold negative 51, so it's not really
Feels
moving
like
either
a bear trap. Feels like a bear trap.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm saying this could have been bull traps here, and it could be setting up another bull trap. I'm trying to play reverse psychology here.
It's good. I like it.
You know, the hopium doesn't work, so does reverse psychology work? Mancini just tweeted out, low volume chop continues following yesterday's big trend day, and it's now decision time. 59, 57, 63 is support. Well, we're in right below that, buddy. Just simply quick grab that. I mean, this could have been we can say it. It could have been a failed breakdown here also, which would be fantastic for me.
Really want Tide to join the party.
Yeah, I saw yesterday. CBD's back to negative 48. I saw yesterday. When we were streaming yesterday, I was like, "Yeah." I said we had the old reverse Twitter day today.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is bearish. So when everybody is something on Twitter, you just look for the opposite. That indicator is about 90% accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, pop up there. CBD's just hanging out negative 48. You got orders they put right in front of us here, so it might stop it here. It's 60. If it eats the orders at 60, we possibly could get that 62, 50, and then you got 70 on the horizon if it could do that, but I'm not loving it, even though you are getting it. So this is what's frustrating. It pops back down, but just that quick, little turn, just that, and that move that back down that far. Now it pops back up. And what I just showed you happened the opposite way just then. That little bitty pop there did that. Oh, come on. Just go 64. 64, and I'm done on one account on whatever the hell this is I'm trading. Take profit trader.
I guess Trump's doing an announcement on the Golden Dome today.
Interesting. Is that Palantir?
Yeah.
Aren't they likely in the Golden Dome?
Yeah.
Let's see if they can have another year not showing any profits and their management team makes record money. That would be great.
My gut says take a short. So there's your jinx.
It's got to. So if we could pop this right here, all I need is to come up and test this trend line, and I'm pretty much out of this trade. And it's going to be for a minimum gain.
That Golden Dome announcement is at 3 p.m. Eastern.
2 o'clock Central Time, market time, our market time. Because we are trading futures, which is in where? Chicago. Chicago. Oh, you son of a gun. It got me up to break even and could not break above it. You know when I talk about when my entry is resistance is never a good thing.
La resistance.
Gold's
up 1%.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. The French people are the French country, France and as a country and all are a big bunch of wusses, but their accents are phenomenal. One of the best accents like there is, I think, personally. Like you just said, la resistance, and it sounds awesome.
It's so cool,
Resistance
right?
sounds, yeah. But that's kind of ironic because France has never showed any la resistance.
Oh,
I don't know if you ever go back and watch World War II stuff, but when Germany invaded France, there was a bridge that was down, and all the German forces kind of all flooded into bottleneck into one area. They were all every bit of France. I mean, Germany's forces were right here, and they had a spy that told the French prime minister or president, whatever the hell it was at the time, king, whatever it was, hey, they're all right there. If we bomb this area, the war's over. And said, no, we can't bomb all those people like that at once. And then all their shit got stolen. So there's a little backstory on French people, France.
Too polite.
My buddy told that story. My buddy still gets pissed off when he talks about it. Like this, I'm not gonna say exactly what he says, but like you had them. War's over. America's not in it. It's done. Nope. We can't bomb all those people at once like that. Have you seen the footage? I saw a thing that was like greatest videos in like the history of the world, and it showed Hitler at the Olympics. And you know, we talked about it before. I don't know if we talked about it here, but you know, Hitler, he was a known meth head, right? And dude, he is tweaking so hard at this damn thing. I mean, he's like, this can't stop moving. He's shaking. And I'm like, whoever watched this and didn't know this guy was on meth is stupid. We closed that up. We are $320 up on Top Step Trader now. Hey, you know what? A win's a win, and Todd might say it might go up further. I just don't like it. I don't like this move this morning. I don't like it being at the trend line. I just don't like a lot about it. So I cut that trade, and we have not been able to do a sustained move yet up. So law of averages, I told myself, hey, you get back in your green again. It took my first take profit, which actually I added to my short. I mean, my long way down here. So it took my first, which probably got me out like at a small loss. And then my second one got me out as at a win.
Nice
so,
game. Yeah.
So we got out. Okay. So we might swap to the other one now. Let's see what Take Profit Trader says in their daily email. They are really good about giving you some. Well, where'd you go? Did I delete it? Maybe I deleted it. I didn't touch a damn thing. Now this thing's gonna pop. I did delete it though. The key is to blank. The key is to wait. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to do nothing. David Tepper. David Tepper's pretty good at. I don't know if anybody's watched him on Top Step TV before, but he is pretty good. I like the quote because it's a good reminder that even billion-dollar hedge fund pros like Tepper treat no trade as part of their trading system. That's a mic drop moment if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, the biggest superpower in trading is not doing anything.
The one thing that this three-bar reversal thing's kind of forced me to do. It's forced me to wait on them. You notice I don't take trades outside of this 3-bar right now, and I look at this son of a bitch. It would have hit my other take profit and we'd be $500 up now. So is life, right? So is life. This piece of shit. Anyway, where was I at on this? I just lost train of thought when I looked, so I was thinking ripping. I'm glad you didn't take a short here, did you?
No, I'm not in anything. I was actually like the gamma. I kept saying we were in that kind of gamma zone.
Yeah.
So it kept coming down, but it never quite broke it. And so what it does is it goes down. See over here, it goes down and kind of tests this gamma, And then if it reverses, that means it's got the juice to go back into that direction. So it's kind of like looking for the buyers, looking for the sellers kind of moment. And it could never break down past this green bar. So it just kept coming down, staying, coming down, staying. And now it's at the top part of that little 3-bar gamma. So as you can see.
Gotcha.
We got an increased gamma above decreased gamma current levels.
Well, look at your tide now too. I mean,
so tide. We'll flip to yours. Yeah,
I'm going to kick myself a little bit right now just because volume ripping up, calls going up, puts just kind of chilling. But this is the big one right here. This is what caused this move. Volume. I've told everybody. I'll tell you again. You could take all of this off and just look at this, and you could probably trade this chart. So that's saying we still got a little more. CVD is negative 36. I did zoom out a little bit, so we get a little closer look, a little more detailed inside. So you got 70 and 75 are levels to the upside to look at. To the downside, you got below 55 and then 50. So this is making a nice wick off this VWAP up here, though. It was down here. As soon as I click over, it pops back up. So, story of my life when I switch screens. When I say something, I got to learn to switch it, then say something. Because when I say something and switch it, it seems to reverse most of the time. Oh, take profit trader. I like that. That's one thing. That's kind of why I think me and Roy talked about this the other day. Kind of why we settled on Top Step and Take Profit Trader right now.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them seem to be very trader focused, right? They're both of them's goal is to get you to live, and that's their goal. That's where they want to make the most of their money at. Now, do they make money off test? And I found out their reset rate. Nobody knows for sure, Roy, but somebody was saying that they have like a 50% reset rate on the pro accounts.
Damn.
If you look at that, if you think about that for a second, these pro accounts are expensive to reset.
Yeah.
The 2,500 is 450. I think the 50,000 is either 650 or 750. I think it's 750.
No.
If they're getting a 50% reset rate on those, if people fail,
they're banking.
They are banking, yes. Because when I was reading the thing about it, it said if you think about it, people that usually reset, they go all in because they're trying to make that money back instantly while they reset.
Yeah, quick. Yeah.
And then we see what happens from there. Roy, that was a great spot to short there.
Yep.
My strategy is not give me that. I don't have a good 3-bar reversal on anything right this second. If this candle can close green, I've still got 4 minutes left on the 10-minute. If this 10-minute can close green, then this next one closes red. That gives a 3-bar reversal back to the downside. Just something to watch. We don't predict if we're going to have a 3-bar reversal or not, but we can pay attention to see if we get one.
That trend line.
Yep. And Roy, give me just a second. I'm going to remove myself from here. If you want to go to yours, you want to run through all your stuff, and I'll be right back.
All right. We're still in this gamma zone. This is where we've just been hanging out all morning. So we're going to keep an eye on this. This little cone here that you see, this is kind of the straddle zone. These are like break even. So market makers want this to be kind of in the middle of this cone. Don't want to get too far outside of either side. It can happen, of course, but on the general chart, we're looking at just VWAP. I mean, it's been resistance all morning since the open. So the thought here is obviously if it breaks above VWAP and holds, you could reach the top of our pre-market zone of that 75 range, and then obviously break out higher can get you up to that, 5,900. SPX 6,000 would be a little ways away, but ES 6,000 seems to be on the horizon. Looking through everything else, you got VIX slightly green. Nice little pop up, and then a kind of a bullish candle on VIX, up 0.5%. This is a big one. TNX continues to roar up. It gapped up yesterday, 4.56, now at 4.5. But it did get below 4.5 yesterday, and it's now back above it. So you want to keep an eye on that. Gold ripping higher, up 1.5%. Historically, that's not good for the market, but we're in the wacky land. Apple had a nice drop and now has recovered that drop and is back to almost highs of day. So we're keeping an eye on Apple, see if it can turn green. Nvidia dropping and has a little bit of a recovery here, but it could be, flagging on the downside. It's got a long way to go. Same story with Microsoft, similar story with Google, though it's a little bit more flat on Google. Amazon's still going down. Meta actually going up. Could be green here shortly. So you've got Apple, Microsoft, Google, and Meta on the cusp of being green. Tesla already is green. Nice big candle, then faded, now coming back up. This one's going to make me sick. If you guys followed along with my Nike trade, I sold too early. I got caught in this chop. Sold for a small loss right here, as I didn't think it was going to break out. And then China deal, gap up, then another gap up, and then we're just kind of hanging out. So good on Nike. It is filling that gap. Good trade for those who tailed. If not, good education for those who did. Follow Bitcoin. You've got a spike to 106,000, almost 107,000. Has now kind of come back from that, back below 105,000. Very strong on Bitcoin overall, but you are getting a little bit of a downtrend today on Solana and Bitcoin. SPY just choppy. I'll delete this. We are at the bottom of our pre-market zone. It keeps recovering that pre-market low. So keep an eye on that on your charts. SPX, we had a gap down, so we do have a gap to fill above us if we want it. Last time we had that was Sunday, and it gapped, or Friday to Monday, and it filled the gap, obviously. So now we got another gap right above us. IWM pushing a little bit. Qs 519. Well, that's what your chart looks like, right? The Qs, and if tech can't get going, then that's really what ES is going to do and SPY is going to do. Let's see, anything sticking out the side here. Micron, almost $100. Good for it. There's a lot of red on the screen. Baba's green. Looks like nuclear's cooling a little bit. SMR is down 4.5%. Run. Why do I run on my thing? Sunrun, solar, up 4.5%. Yeah, it's a lead special. SoFi down 2%. Where's Palantir? Palantir slightly down. So that Golden Dome news.
About more SoFi. Oh, I didn't mean to switch to mine. Sorry.
You're good.
I was trying to add me and I hit the wrong button.
Yeah. We're just stuck right now.
Yep. And I'm in no trade. I wish that
Periscope was. We're still getting this gamma zone, so it's just kind of toying with everybody. Normally, you get this kind of chop in the green zone. Right now, you're just getting it, and it's just going up and down, up and down.
Look over. This kind of tells you you've got 70 to the upside, and you got 57 down to 50 here. So you got a 20-point range right now on Bookmap. So that's kind of what I would look at until we break one of those. We're kind of in la la land here.
Yeah.
You got, look at the chart. It's nothing. We cannot close back above this trend line for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Keep reversing down. So you are getting a little movement, and I said little. I got a little pop since I swapped over. Once again, I need to move it, then talk. A little pop in your call premiums and your volume here. This is a hands-off, no trade zone. So what else would you got?
Look at that last candle. Look at that last candle. Just
That's decision, indecision, isn't it?
Yeah.
The bad thing about it is you got that same candle on the 10-minute previous and pretty similar on the 15-minute previous. So, and the 15 right now is giving you more of a downside look.
Mm-hmm. Definitely coming in now on ES.
We don't have anything really telling us to go short. So all it would be at this point would be a hunch. We don't trade off hunches, not anymore. We used to. That's why we'd have a really good day than a really bad day. Right now, we've got a pretty decent day so far. So there's no reason to risk anything crazy yet, unless we go switch over to a combines that I did not trade at all yesterday because I was too busy focused on funded accounts. So I do have a fresh test on Take Profit Trader. Why don't we try? Let's see if we can get $200 on a short on Take Profit Trader. If we can take us back to that low day. That won't get us 200. That'll give us 168.75. Unless we add to it here. We'll put a stop. We're risk a couple $100 here. But not. There we go. Let's see.
I don't know, man. You got all these wicks.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this is why we take this in
test account,
not a regular account. If we can get to 52.50, that would actually give me. I went 10 MES short here because it is a test account. I'm risking 300 to make 300. Risking 300 to make 300. I don't know if my buddy Trey's watching or not. We're going with him this weekend. We're going to Fairview Bay, Arkansas for a barbecue cooking contest.
Nice.
I am going to be hired help for free, but going just to hang out and see what's up and check it out. I've always wanted to do a barbecue cooking competition, so now I get to say I'm part of one.
What is there a specific meat or entree?
Ribs,
Okay.
butts, or shoulder pulled pork, and then I think it is pork loins. You have 3 categories.
Nice.
Anybody doesn't know Mississippi boy, Heath Riles won grand champion at Memphis in May Barbecue Fest this year. That's a big deal. That's the big boy there. That's your goals. If you want to do competition, your goal is to win that. He won first place ribs and overall grand champion.
Wow.
So, yeah, pretty impressive. To watch him. I've been watching him for years, and to see where he's come from to where he's at now. I think he has 25 team members on his team now.
Wow.
Where they're at, and the guy is he's good. If you have any, I know my local Kroger sells all his spices and stuff. If you have a Kroger close by, if they have them there, I would suggest you try his stuff. His stuff is really, really good. Really good. And he seems to be just a genuine good guy. So you gotta pull for people like that. Never cocky. And in his acceptance when he won the grand champion, he made sure to name off all the teams that had won the other events, the shoulder and the whole hog, called them out. And on the social media tweets, called them out again, like, hey, these guys push us to be what we are. Like, that's pretty cool to see somebody
That's awesome.
and good. So we're going to do that this weekend. This is an MBN event. So MBN, that's the Memphis Barbecue Network. So pretty cool thing. So
it's in
I'm
Arkansas.
Happy to go. Yes, in Arkansas. I'm happy to go and not give my opinion on anything. Just do whatever they ask me to do. This is not my rodeo. I'm just there for support. So
awesome. Has the guys you've been with done this before, or are they all kind of first time?
So Trey's dad's been doing, I think, for like 25 years. They've actually won this event before.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So pretty excited about that. Hopefully go up there and win it this time. That would be a cool story to have. Just, hey, I was part of this winning team here on this. So
it's awesome.
I don't get anything out of it except a good time and a place to stay, but that's plenty.
Well, it's good food too.
Yeah. A lot of people go to this thing too, so that's kind of interesting. Thank goodness I am in a test account here. Yeah, we couldn't get it not blown. We're going to hit our stop loss is what we're fixing to do. If it breaks that, I'm right above VWAP right there. So if it breaks right above that, it takes me out. Like, I got a 1.5 point, and well, we got a tick from you there. We got a tick from you there.
You know the rules.
It's got to figure it out, right? It's got to. It can't get that close on a stop loss and not take us out. Got 2 ticks. 1 tick again. Just going to put me out of my misery on this damn thing. This is why we don't just take trades randomly, because if this was a funded account, we'd be giving up all our gains here. And there it is.
Whoa.
So, yeah, we'll stop those for the day. It actually went past a little bit, so it got me at 350. 350.
I mean, those wicks are something down there, aren't they?
Well, I mean, hell, you got them top too, though. But I mean, you want to see why we're doing what we're doing right now. CBD's gone to negative 2,800.
You're at the top range of this gamma that it's just been toying with all morning. So you're getting some resistance ahead here.
Wish I would have paid a little more attention there. We actually had a 3-bar reversal on the 15-minute to the long side.
Yeah.
Would have paid, right there. So we would be 10 points up. We would already be taking profit now.
Yeah, and this is obviously not a dig at you, but whenever we rush trades, we throw our strategy out the window.
Well, yeah, that was on that. I mean, that was purely a field trade that I wanted to try on a test account. That's why we didn't do it on there. And I'm going to be honest with you. 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't have taken this trade here just because of all the chop it's been in. So,
yeah.
I mean, I can't hate myself for that one. Now, if we could get a couple red candles here and then another green one back up, then that might change things this time.
Yeah. Slipping back, you're back in our pre-market zone. So what you'd like to see is a retest of VWAP, which is at the top of these wicks. Hold it, and then you could probably push to the top of the zone at 75. Gamma wise, you're coming to the end of that section. So what is true on the upside, where it comes down, builds up, and then pushes higher, it can also come up, find some resistance, and then hit this gamma down and reverse its way all the way back down. So they have not moved that gamma too much. So that is obviously the spot that they're happiest to keep volatility at. Da, da, da. So as strong as that candle is up, it can just come reversing right back down, especially on some comments, if there are any.
Yep. So far, that 50 is holding it back up. SEC baseball tournament starts today. Luckily, we have a first round bye. We don't play till tomorrow, but we play the Florida South Carolina winner tomorrow.
Nice.
So I love SEC baseball tournament. I had a thought outside if I ever buy an RV, Roy. I say me, you, and led Hoover one year for it. And
yeah. Where's it at?
Hoover, Alabama. Kind of in between. Yeah. So. Good middle point there. And Hoover's really fun. It's right outside of Birmingham. You know, Hoover's like the nice part of Birmingham.
Yeah. I like that.
Wealthier part of Birmingham. I've always wanted to go. It's a big event. We've won it a couple times. I've never been to it, so it is definitely a bucket list thing for me to do one year. But I'd like to have an RV to go do it so we could stay. I have to do Airbnb or hotel, which is going to be priced out of the world right now, especially if, like, when LSU's good, Mississippi State's good, Ole Miss good.
Mm-hmm.
All those teams, Arkansas, we all travel really well in baseball. So it gets pretty expensive on the stays over there. But, you know, it's definitely one. I also would like to go to Omaha one year.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely on the bucket list.
And Ole Miss didn't have to play. I do remember we played the national championship game against Oklahoma, and that crowd was 80% Ole Miss, 20% Oklahoma, and it was crazy. Harry, the goal is eventually to be streaming from anywhere I want to be in an RV. So we just gotta get on a roll here and make some money to buy an RV. How about that?
Yeah, we're working on it. We're just
trying our best, but you know, does this thing take us back up here to the 74?
It's facing a little bit of pillow, a little bit of resistance up here, but the gamut is shrinking on this first bar.
Yeah, look at your
tide. Yep. Volume is rising. I'll show it yours.
Yeah, I had it pulled. There it is. So
up and away.
Up and away. 74 would probably be a good spot to look if you do want to. If you are in a long where you would want to look to see if it can break out. You got the high is what, 74, 75. So we could get in this little range here. This is, if you see, it was a slight downtrend overall that I drew here. You got 1, 2, 3, pretty much 4 points of contact there. So you can see it's right there close to that 74 level too. Break above that, and then we got us a runner on our hands.
We got
possibly 80. Then you got orders at 90. So
got James caught us short. Good job.
There you go.
$800 to pass the top step. That's good.
Good job, James.
Got out just in time with that rocket up.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Good trade though, bro. Good trade. I love to see that. Anybody else had any wins, throw them in here.
Yeah.
We love to see you guys doing good.
We celebrate the wins, that's for sure. Yeah, your volume is increasing on that tide, like you said.
Yeah, it's kind of curling a slight bit. So, you gotta watch that.
Tide keeps rising as well. So you got both sides saying the same thing. I'm a little skeptical of this periscope deal that we are kind of coming to the end of this move up, but that's just it.
Qatar's PM denies jumbo jet gift to Trump is bribery. I love how they asked Trump about it. I don't know if you saw his response. He's like, has anybody ever given you a jet? And they're like, of course not. And he's like, well, if they did, would you not accept it? He said, it's not a bribery. It's not this. It's a gift. It's an insult not to accept a gift, especially in their culture. I'm like, here you go. You spin it how you got to spin it.
He's spinning it. He wants that jet.
He got the jet. The question is he going to keep the jet or is he going to give it to the U.S.? There's thoughts that he's going to give it to replace Air Force One. They can redo Air Force One into that jet. That's kind of the rumor mill going around. So,
right, but then if he gets done and then uses it for his library, then the U.S. still has to outfit a plane for Air Force One, right?
This became profitable. What helped with me was taking one trade and be done for the day, win or lose. Hey, there you go. That's you get you a rule and you stick by your rules. Me and Roy struggle with that sometimes.
Less does equal more. Yeah, we are addicts, junkies, and really excited to trade. But that can be when you're a full-time trader and you mess up, you basically get fired, and so then you have to restart and rebuild. And so, of course, longevity and protecting capital, risk management, less is always more in this game. The casino is always open tomorrow.
Yep. I actually saw somebody, and it was a really good tweet. We've called it the casino before. And then somebody actually said, no, it's not a casino. You know what's not a casino? Is because you don't turn it into a casino. If you turn it into a casino, then it becomes a casino.
Sure.
Like, yeah. That damn mental thought shit gets you there, don't it?
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, well,
flashy lights and pumped in oxygen to keep me.
I was fixing to go right there. So I used to work at we delivered one of my first jobs there was delivering beer to the casino. So we had access to every backroom thing. And out back of Mo Casino, I know one's in Tunica anyway, there's big cages with, I bet it's probably 500-gallon tanks of oxygen that's just pumped straight in nonstop. And there's probably, 200 of them out there.
Right, with cigarettes.
Yeah. Depends on where you at, Harry. So most of them, a lot of them, you can't smoke downstairs, or there's non-smoking parts. So they did kind of do some of that.
Smoking with carpet at the casino.
Oh, that carpet is. Can you imagine how nasty that carpet is?
Ugh.
And one thing else I learned by working at bars, when you walk through, just hit a cash out when you pass by slot machines, you'd be surprised the people that actually leave money in the slot machines and walk away and not realize they did cash out. So you can make $50-$100 extra just walking through hitting cash out everywhere.
Yeah, they get mad and just walk away with their $2, $3.
Yeah, and then they let $20 sitting in there.
Yeah,
I mean, it never was. I think we had one guy he hit cash out one time, got like $100 out of it, which is a lot. But you'd be surprised. You go in there and do it, and you hit 50 machines. Hell, you might make money off 20 of them.
See, this is because when we were kids, anytime we'd walk by a payphone, we're checking to see if there's a quarter in the
right. I saw a payphone somewhere not too long ago. I was like, look at this shit. There is still payphones.
Oh,
I
man.
Didn't know if it worked or not, but
the 1-800-COLLECT commercials are so good. That was an all-timer. All-timer.
Oh, them old days are gone. Everybody got their phone in their hand, and if you don't want to use that one, you just get you a burner.
I love that Bill Burr joke of how he talks about Steve Jobs being a revolutionary guy. He's like, he wasn't revolutionary. It's those damn engineers. I want my entire music library in my pocket. I hope you guys don't have vacation.
Right.
This guy wants his entire music library in his pocket.
Think about it. So back then you had an iPod, and I had an iPod. I had a couple of them. We actually got one from work, and I had a couple of the iPod Nanos, the smaller ones.
Mm-hmm. Those are cool.
And now your phone is all of it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Getting that game on the downside. So
you got orders moving around a lot, so I don't know if we got some
See if we can hit this gamma and go down.
Do we have some news here? I have learned to go and hit refresh if I ask that question, just in case. It's taking a minute to load up now. Trump had a great meeting with Republicans. Okay, that should not have sent it down. You did have one come out. Bond sales run out of Europe exceed $1 trillion in record time. Debt sales arranged by bankers across Europe have surged past $1 trillion total pounds or euros for the year in the fastest time ever, even as the market briefly shut down following the Trump administration's sweeping tariffs. Interesting.
You had Trump saying he had a good talk with Republicans, and then you have the House Freedom Caucus chair saying we're still a long ways away.
So you had conflicting.
Right. It's an interesting. I kind of thought about this with the tax bill. So the Moody's downgrade was because of fear of deficits in the U.S. So the tax bill is supposed to increase that deficit, obviously raise the debt ceiling by, largest in history over 10 years.
Right.
So as that tax bill stalls, I would assume Moody's, you may get a move in the market up.
So I dug into Moody a little more, the whole Moody thing and all this. So back 3-4 years ago, so we've always been AAA+, and there's actually two sides to that rating.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 or 4 years ago, they downgraded one side already to AAA or AA+. I can't remember which one, whatever they took this one to. So I think the reason you didn't see the panic in the streets because it was already pretty much they were already doing everything on that lower side already. That makes sense.
Gotcha.
I think the news just came out and it sparked it, kind of caught everybody off guard.
Yeah.
And then I think that's why we rebounded right back up because they're like, hey, this is. And I've shared with you a couple of tweets where people are like, this is a nothing burger if you look at it.
Right.
And I think that makes more sense now if you think about it that way. Like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah, because Fitch had done the downgrade. What?
Yeah.
2 years ago or so.
Now Trump was pissed that Moody did the downgrade when they did it.
Yeah. Well, Trump's always going to be mad at negative news.
He had a little bit of a point on this one because they didn't do it last time the debt ceiling got raised, and that was part of the reason why they said they just think because the debt ceiling's going to get raised. And like, well, you do it. You don't do it when the debt ceiling actually gets raised, but you do it when you think the debt ceiling's going to get raised.
Fair point.
It's like it's kind of hard to argue the point, but yeah, I get it. Look, Levitt said it right. They asked her about what's the president think about the Moody range. They doesn't think anything about it at all. People know that America is a safe place to leave your money, period, to invest in. And it's good. People are going to buy our debt. That's not going to change. They're going to continue to buy our debt. It is what it is, right? I mean, it's just you can't look at some of this stuff and be like, oh, this is death and all this. I'm like, no, nothing's death. It's just
increased gamma here on the downside move on this bar. So
which I can't really see it there on the bar up or down.
Sorry. So on the current bar that we're on, the red one, you had an increase in gamma. You had a decrease in gamma above. So come down, kind of catch all this, could rocket itself to this 59.65.
You got tied is your call premiums are kind of going up. Well, we did the same thing again. But your volume here kind of valley down. And it seems to be maybe leveling off here, kind of like your call premiums are. So I still think that at some point we got to test here before we fell back down, I would think. But right above us from 70 to 75, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 600-700 orders sitting there. From right here all the way up to here. So that's a pretty good many orders sitting up there. That's a lot to go through. The only thing you got downside is you got 65, you got 108, and then below 55, you got 127. So now your call premiums are popping. I mean, your put premiums are popping, your call premiums are dropping, and volume is coming down.
Is this candle considered a 3-candle reversal if it closes here?
On this one, no. No, because it already played out here. See,
gotcha.
You wouldn't take it short. You would want to see this one close at least here, and it didn't. It got down and popped back up. So I would not take that. But if you're looking at the 10-minute, it's setting up one to the short side. 15 minutes setting up one, but it's going to be a lot. It's not going to be near as bearish as the 10-minute one.
Yeah, no, it's back in that gamma zone. See if it has support here at VWAP or if it just cracks right through it.
I think we're going to crack right through it.
I think it just did, yeah.
Yeah. I love seeing it, and it happens while I see it. It's great. Right. Look what caught it. See if it can hold it up there.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, look at your tide.
Yeah, it's caught that gamma to the downside. So even though it may hold anchored VWAP here, it could come back, reject it, regular VWAP. It's a nasty candle. A nasty candle. Are you looking for a long or a short?
Oh, I'm looking for a short. You still got a minute something left on this 10-minute. And this 15-minute that said didn't look as bearish looks bearish now. Big bear. We got big bears playing. Might see a little pop up, then a rejection back down.
Yeah, higher frame bearish. I agree.
Yeah, look at this. So this is how I was playing on the 15-minute where I was talking about a second ago. See how it's coming down here? This is your 2 bars. So you got a lot bigger time frame here, but I just still like the short here on the 15.
It's holding that anchored VWAP right now, but I don't know how much longer.
CVD just went from negative 25, 26 to negative 41 on that move down. So you had some sellers stepping in with it. You got put premiums are just going through the roof now.
You got this gamma. You're right in the middle of it.
You got 8 seconds left in this candle. I want this candle to close.
Yeah, positive gamma down. You could get about a 10 SPX move. Could hit that 54 level. I agree. It's coming. It's coming. I did take a short and take profit trader.
It missed my entry, so I'm out of that one. I am short in another one. I wanted to be short in 2 different accounts, and I missed it. So, oh yeah.
I should have taken that top step, but I only took it and take profit trader. Oh well.
Your call premiums have just fallen out. Volume is going to 0.
Wick world. It's a wiki world right now.
Yes, it is.
Back in that area, so could get a retest of anchored VWAP, but that's a strong wick coming back to retest that.
Yeah, it is, but look at here. I don't like that.
I've got Mancini whispering in my ear, failed breakout. Failed breakdown.
I need more than just this. You got CVD is at negative 48 now. CVD is kind of going more negative with this move back up. That's what I'm thinking, James. We get a little retest here, and then it goes down. Well, let's look left a little bit here. If it was to come down and break that low, I mean, your next one is going to be right here. It's 48 level.
Yeah.
CBD is negative 49. You got
Still,
orders 55 to 52.50, then 50, and then if it breaks that, all the way down to 35.
still has gamma. You're in a negative gamma, so that does play into effect. Could come up, take this 59.45, and then reject down. But if it does get some boogie back up, it does have enough juice to push it hard. So got a lot of support down here below this gamma level too. So we're looking.
You are getting a little break, a little pop in volume and a little break in the premium. So still got a lot of orders that still have to get collected on that lower sell side. Yeah, I think so too. It's just not letting it break down. CBD's kind of bouncing back up. Tide's holding it up a little bit here.
That volume was a big hit, though. There was a big hit in volume on the Tide.
Trump just got through speaking on Capitol Hill too.
This guy just never stops.
I just need 1 week, 1 day, maybe 3 hours without him saying something.
He was like at the Capitol end of remarks. Now he's back at the Capitol doing remarks. Did you see his comment? Sorry, his comment on his call with Putin. It was a meeting of love.
I did see that. I also saw people talking about how that he wanted to build a relationship with Russia and stuff. I was like, oof, that's some people will read that the wrong way. Personally, I mean, I think you need a relationship with all these damn countries if you can.
Well, it's kind of a fine line, though, right? You can go America first, globalism, so people can take that and run with it. And
yeah,
these camps.
I would much rather have friends than enemies, though.
I agree. That's how I've kind of lived my life.
Yeah, I live my life really not giving a shit either way. So I got a friend group. I'm good with that. Somebody asked me once, like, you don't want to expand your friend group? Like, why would I? What's wrong with what I got? I got a good friend group. Exactly. Hell, I added Roy and Led to my friend group. There you go.
There you go.
We made it a little bigger.
Well, DEI hire there.
Leaving that alone.
Try to get the algos stirred up. Get some
Mancini, low volume chop, but yes, put in a nice breakdown nonetheless. 59, 57, 63. Support as posted. We put in a quick grab below recover. I wrote this was last shot to see 59.70, 59.87, and what we hit 59.70. If low locking gains, lead runner. I hope that came out a few minutes ago, but not like just now, because it's a few minutes ago. That was back up here, so makes sense. Makes sense.
We bounced right off of the straddle cone on SPX here, so it could come down again. Catch that. You got you had red go to green here. So you got gamma building on the bottom side to shepherd down a move if it wants to go down.
Yeah, CBD's building back up to negative 43.
I think you're going to get a move down and then a pop strong. That's my view.
All right, so we are going to state again that we do not trade off what we think.
Yeah,
that's the problem. I mean, I'm not judging you for it. I do the same thing a lot. When we try to predict a move, is when we get in trouble. So the best thing to do is just trade what you see. Right now, it can't get a close back above anchor VWAP. So as long as it's below that, it keeps closing below that, you've got to think that it is kind of bearish. If it closes above it, then that kind of changes your thought process a little bit. But we got 3.5 minutes left in this candle. You are getting a little move up on Tide, but that doesn't always mean that it's going to move in the same direction.
Boy, look at all those wicks in that golden zone.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yep. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's an entry here if you're looking at it? Probably not within the next 10 minutes, right?
Not really. I mean, you could have traded the anchor VWAP, and Tide's kind of suggesting that might have been the trade to take. I am short in a take profit trader funded account. I'm up to $75 on it right now, but I got my take profit down here. So if you can get down there, it'll get me $280 on that trade. If it gets down, I'm only in 5 lots. I didn't go big on it, and I'm trying to just play level. And if it would give me a breakdown, I'd be more happy. But I got it on that one on that trend break too, by the way. So barely up right now. Don't like
so
it.
Your wick that came down in the previous candle did break below the previous wicks, but
so you got a lower low there.
Yeah.
So you could see a lower high form here.
Mm-hmm.
If you see a lower high form here, then yes, you would. If you look, I mean, you actually technically you got one here, right?
Yeah.
1, 2. We got one here. Actually, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 straight. So if this one can kind of base here and drop down, then we should see a move back. Like I said, we possibly could see it come back to this 47 range. I don't. Depends on how they're moving it. If they want to move it now, they could break that. I don't really see that breaking today because you got consolidation here. But
how's Bookmap looking?
Bookmap is negative 4,300 CBD. You got orders at 57.50, and they're stacked pretty much all the way down to 50. Upside, you got 65, 63, 50 or so. Just say 62.50 to 65. So you're more stacks to the low side immediately here. But you've got more triple digit orders to the upside past this little level, this little range we're in.
Yeah, Periscope's not really helping as much. I mean, we're just in the middle of the gamma zone, so it's basically a coin flip here. The gamma is increasing, so that means the move is going to come. The gamma is increasing more to the downside, so you could actually see that, and then they are increasing their support here. So it looks like they could push this down if they want. Maybe test a VWAP and then come down.
Yeah, something else to pay attention to here. If this candle closes green, we got 15, 14 seconds left on it. If this candle can close green, it could set up a very strong move on a 5-minute 3-bar reversal. If it breaks down below that.
Yeah, these are small bodies, so that's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're looking at, if it closes below 59.75, that's a pretty strong move to the downside if it does get down there. Now, we're not in the guessing game. Tide is kind of suggesting calls are volume dropping. Volume is a little bit, so I want to see that volume come back toward the 0 line and get this move down. Had a big drop there in call premiums for some reason, but the volume is not dropping with it. CBD is holding 41.42 negative. So we're just kind of here for the moment, Roy. Here for the moment.
I took a little small short at anchored VWAP here.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you here, but I just don't. I don't know my overall feelings here, Roy.
Yeah, my view here is really just playing the gamma exposure. So you can get back down. You're seeing the increase in the gamma. So as it could build and break through here, of course, could go against me, but it does look like it has a want to kind of pop up. Oh, there it just shifted. So you got increased gamma above us now, decrease. So could see the fuel start to trend this thing back up to 59.50 on SPX, which is getting close to that VWAP. We got a rejection here at VWAP. I may.
You got a little trend there.
Yep. I may add to my position.
Yeah, I'm fixing to cut my position. Volume's popping. CVD's back to negative 35. We're going to take a L on this trade, looks like. If it breaks above VWAP here, I'm going to have to cut it. Don't like that. That's not a good day. If it rejects down now here, I'll be okay, but it's got to give me a good rejection here. So far, I mean, look at this. Volume's popping. So it is getting a little test here, but it's not getting a strong rejection back down. Well, okay, maybe it's got to go back below this trend line here and then go test this trend line. I would be happy. But
can you delete it, or can you hide the trend line for a second?
That's what we need to do, right? Yeah. Oh, Roy. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Not loving this at all. Not loving it at all. Bounce right back up there to test it again. I just can't get the breakdown of it. Can't get the breakdown of it. Call premiums are turning down slightly. CVD's at negative 3,700. You got the House Republicans are speaking. That's always great. I don't support the tax bill as it stands right now. How come when they don't support this tax bill, we get a pop on it?
That's what I mean. I think it's the Moody's downgrade kind of thinking, right? So if they downgraded you because your deficit's too big and this tax bill is going to increase the deficit, then there's hope that this deficit isn't going to be so big. So they, the downgrade logic kind of fizzles a little bit less, a little bit weaker. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing to challenge this stuff to make sure, they can not increase it by a lot. So,
yeah, I'm with you.
I think the market wants it to not be in a bad
for
spot.
a tax break.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things that it's probably not going to be rushed, right? Because it's got a lot of moving parts here.
Kind of like this morning, you got this little uptrend, but you've also got just a little bit longer downtrend working. So
sure, barbed wire fence.
We'll take that. I'll remove that one for you.
Thank you.
If this thing drops, I'm gonna be like, you gotta be kidding me. CVD is back to negative 4,000, right at it, kind of holding there. I did get to negative 37 at one point. It's negative 39.77 right this second. 39.63, 68. So you're not really getting. This is a little weird. Your call premium's coming down, put premium's coming down, volume is kind of rounding again. We're just kind of stuck. Here. I would love a breakdown to the downside first, then it can do whatever the hell it wants to do. Give me a downside break and do what you want to do, Saw. 39.52, 39.14, 38.96. CVD is moving up 37.86. Here we go. This is the opposite way we wanted to go. Did not listen to us. Did the exact opposite of what we said.
Yeah, your 50 is your last
Yeah,
hope
last
here.
chance here. Then it rockets up past it. And I think we're going to rocket up. Volume is just trending up still. You have that slight little dip in volume. So you had a slight little dip in and everything there. Then it just popped up again. So now you got to look to see if VWAP and the 200 here hold as support. If it holds support, then our shots are screwed big time.
Orb high is 59.6675. So obviously rapidly approaching that.
CBD is 3,800 still, negative 38.
Yeah, you are on the last bar of gamma on this little move. So right here, you could see that move, then poop, it'll come back down. But
Yeah, might as well go and throw this out there. It's a little after 10. This is about my stopping time anyway. So if anybody's got any questions, feel free to throw them out there or any thoughts, any of that good stuff before we get ready to hop off here in a few minutes. I am going to stick by my rules, stop trading about this time. I don't know why I do this to myself. Almost every day around this time we get a pop.
Every day. Yeah,
and then it seems like we're short and we always remind ourselves, oh, yeah, we always get a pop here, don't we?
Yeah. James, we appreciate it, man.
Thank you for being there and good insight from you on there. So keep knocking it out, brother. Go get that cabbage.
Yeah, man.
Anybody else got anything?
Kind of a light stream as far as viewers, but I feel like a pretty good day. I mean, we had a couple good trades. This last trade's not working out for us, but
yeah,
nothing, 30 MES can't solve. Just kidding. That's a joke. Don't do that. Oh, there's her pop. Yep.
Well, maybe. All right. Well, I guess that is going to do it for us today. One last look at Tide before we get out of here. Doing Tide things, popping up, volume popping up. So kind of going with this. CBD is now negative 3,600. It's slowly building. You don't have a bunch of new buyers stepping in, but you just popped negative 38, negative 38 real quick. So this son of a bitch is going to give me false hope what it's going to do. Oh.
We're on the last 15 seconds of this candle.
Yeah, we're not cutting it off before this is over with. So
yeah, keep an eye on it.
We got 6 seconds at least left on the stream. Did get a decent sized wick up top, but we know that can go fill that wick pretty damn quick. Kind of like this.
Yeah, and then there it fills the wick.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I think that's what we're going to call it out. Appreciate you being here today. We'll be back tomorrow. Hey, just remember, next week is a short week. We'll be off Monday. No trading Monday. It's Memorial Day. And then you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. So everybody stay safe. We will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We will be back here tomorrow. Stay safe, guys. Trade smart and let us know about those wins tomorrow when we get back in here. So appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We'll
Thanks, guys.
Tomorrow.
Bye, guys.